Okay. All right. So I said earlier, now we have added our attribute, we have added our layers, and now we want to open our attributes, edit our attributes, add attributes. That's what we want to do. Adding attributes, opening attribute table, editing attribute tables. So one topic today we have already dealt with is adding layers, removing layers. So now is opening attribute table, adding attributes, editing attributes. So that's what we're going to deal with now. So each of these are layers. Settlement is a layer, stream is a layer, road network is a layer, minor list boundary is a layer. Now I said we let's start with points. So we have to open the attributes of this layer. So how do we open the attributes of this layer? You right click on the layer, right click on the layer, click on attribute table, click on attribute table. You will see that you have opened an attribute table called settlements. If you want to close it, you can click close and then it closes again. If I want to open it, I'll right click, I go to attributes. Once you click it, it says open the attribute table for this layer. So you click and then you have it open. But sometimes when you open the attribute, you will notice that your workspace is too small. So if you want to maximize your workspace, all you need to do is, you see this is your pan tool or whatever, your hand, just drag it a little bit down, it becomes an arrow, and then once you are within this white and then this brown and this ash, you will see that your arrow has changed to a double edge sword or whatever, or double edge direction. And now you can left click, you can left hold, and then you drag your mouse down, and then you release. If I want to bring it up, I will left click, hold it, and then I will drag it up. You bring your mouse here, anywhere along here. You can even bring it here. Once it changes to this double edge, you can now left click it to hold it, and then you bring your mouse towards you, and then you have now maximized at least the area, or you bring it a little bit up. All right. Now adding field. We want to add a new field. Now these are fields, the FID, shape ID. Now let's say, for example, this particular point here, I want to add a field of, say, name. What I'll do is I'll click here, click on add a new field to this table. Click add a new field to this table. Now when you click it, you will notice that you have the fields window opens, fields settlement. Now you have FID, which you are seeing, you have shape, which you are seeing, you have ID, We already have these fields. These are the default fields. We already had them. Now, the new field here which you want to add, you see it's highlighted already in blue. It's ready for, or it's ready to be modified. So please type in here name, meaning since these are points and they are settlements, we can say name or village name, but that one will be too long, so just say name, name. Type name, then hit enter on your keyboard. Hit enter on your keyboard. Now, so the field name, we have given it name. Now, the field type. Now, since it's name and we will be typing letters, now we have what we call long integer or long, short, float. These are all numbers. So if, for example, you leave it long, which is a number or an integer, and then later you want to type in the name of the village, you will not be able to write. You will not be able to write the name of the village. So just click where the long is. Just click there. Click. You will see that it will come up with options: short, long, float, double, date, text. Select text because the name of the village will be typing in text. Select text. Hit enter on your keyboard. Now, we want to add another field. We are going to add another field called X coordinate. X coordinate, or just say X. Now, at the bottom here, it tells you click here to add a new field. Click here to add a new field. Click here, just click it. Once you click it, you will see that a new field has been created. Type in X, type X. When you type X, you can even say X co for coordinate, or just say X, or say X, capital X, capital C, OR for X coordinate, and then hit enter. And then now the data type here is long because we'll be dealing with integers. Coordinates are in numbers. So we will leave it as long. We will leave it as long. Don't change it. Now, click here again to add another field. Click here again. Now, type Y core. YCOOR. Now, when you are done, please hit enter on your keyboard. Now, leave it as long because Y coordinates will be dealing with numbers. Now, Z coordinates. Click here again to add another field. Say Z. Don't put Z core, just say Z. Or you can type height. 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 You hit enter on your keyboard. Now for height, we are going to change it to float. Anytime we have a whole number and a decimal point, let's say 50.25 meter or 20.34 meter, we'll use float. So click where the long is, click it, and then you have short, long, use float. Click float. hit enter on your keyboard. So now for this settlement, we have field names, we have the name, we have coordinates of that point, we have y coordinates, we have height of that point. Now we want to add another field. We are going to click here again to add, say chief name, chief underscore name, chief name, hit enter. Chief underscore name. Now for the data type, please use text because we will be typing in the name of the chief. So click on along, it will bring options, select text. When you select text, hit enter. Now click here again to add a new field. Click again. Now we will say population. Population. Just say POP for population, or you can type it full. When you are done, please hit enter. For population, you cannot have 100.5 people. You cannot have 200.25 people. You can only have a whole number. So leave it as long as long. Now, click here again to add a new field. Say number of schools. NO underscore SCHOOL. Number of schools. You can say NO underscore SCH if you want to just write it like that. SCH. Hit enter. Leave it as long. Click here again to add another field. Number of, let's say, health centers, HC, for health center, because the field will not allow you to type all that long field name. So just say NOHC. You know HC is health center. Hit enter. Leave it as long. So now you have seen that we have added new fields. We have added new fields. So what I want you guys to do now is, we are under fields. You see, you are under fields at the top here. Look at the top of your ribbons. Look at the top of the ribbons. What is happening, guys? You will see that you are under fields, FIELDS. All of this is grayed out. It's only this portion. You have data engineering, save, new field. So you can click save, meaning all of these fields you have added or edited, you have to save them. If you close this, if you click this and close, all the job you have done here is wasted. So you have to click here to save. Please save the modification to the table. Now, once you save it now, you can now close this field. You can now close this. Now you will notice that you have new fields now on your table. You have X coordinates, Y coordinates, height, chief name, population, number of schools, number of health centers. So let's say, for example, if I double click on, if I bring my mouse here on number 3, and double click, it will take me to the point of that settlement. This is the settlement. If I against number 5, if I double click here, it will take me to the village straight. If you double click 1, okay, so where are we? Okay, um, chief name is population. Yes, Mr. Mokoa. Oh, okay, but just save it. No, just save it. Okay, close the field settlement. Close it now. Close field settlement. And then you will see that your settlement field will be open now. And then you will see the new fields you have added. Not so. You will see them. Name, X coordinates, Y coordinates, height, chief name, population, number of school is another field. For Mr. Collier, number of school is long. Number of health center is long. Mr. Um, 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 Mr. Collier, are you there? Long, yes. Number of health center, number of HC, long. And then when you are done, you see you are under fields at the top here, at the top of the ribbon. You will see that fields is under a line in blue. So this is always how you know which ribbon you are working with. You see that these other ribbons, they are not highlighted. And you see that most of this area is grayed out. So all you need to do is to come here. You have sort ascending, sort descending, reset, new field, save, data engineering. So just click on save. When you put your arrow on save, it will tell you say save the modifications to the table. Then you save, you click save. Once you click save, now you have saved whatever modification you have done to this table. Now you go now and close this field. So close this field. Mr. Collier, have you closed it? Okay, so wait. When it's done, please close it. Good. Now you will see that settlement, you have your fields now, your new fields, which you have added to this ID, shape ID, FID. Not so? Good. If you want to do the same for stream, let's do the same for stream. Right click and sorry, road network. Please right click on road network, go to attribute table, then click attribute table. Now once you click attribute table, you have here add field. You can either click add field here, or at the top here you have add field here again. Either you click this add field, or you come here to click this add field. Anyone will work. So click add field. Once you click add field, the add field window will open, and then the field name. Let's say these roads, they will have to get names. Let's say John Street, Mokoa Street, Collier Street, um, whatever street we're going to think about, Joe Street, William Street. So let's say we will give it name, street name. Now you will see that when I type street name, it's showing red. It means it will not take all these characters. So I'll just say st underscore name. If you type too much, it will not take the characters. So just say st name, and then you hit enter on your keyboard. Now, if the street name you have to type in name, it means you have to select for data type, you have to select text. So click where the long is, change it to text, and then you hit enter on your keyboard. And then let's click here again to add a new field. Click here again to add a new field. Let's say distance, dist underscore, let's say meters, m, or kilometers, use km, dist underscore km. And then hit enter. This time round, instead of long integer, which is a whole number, please use float, because you have maybe 0.75 kilometer, 1.25 kilometer. So please use float. Select float, hit enter on your keyboard. Which parameters? Okay, I will explain that part tomorrow. I will explain that part tomorrow. But I said, for example, for name, if you are going to type letters, say you want to say name, or you want to give name of school or whatever, you have to type text. You have to use text. If you are doing, say, for example, distance, you can use long. You can use long, but if you use long, let's say the distance is going to have, let's say, 50.25 kilometers. It will only give you 50, and that value will not be correct. Tomorrow, I'll explain to you guys in detail why we do this. We only have 10 minutes for now. Now, if you are done with that, just go to save again. Please go to save. Click save. Click save to apply changes. Now close this one now. Close this field. Once you apply the changes, please close this. Now for polyline, for road network, now you have street name, you have distance. So now assignment number 3, we will have to create fields for dam. You can say name, area, just that two, name, area. That's what we are going to do for the dams. Name and area. And the area, you can say hectare. That's what you will use. So that's another um, um, assignment. But before we close out tomorrow, we will look at this um, this field creation again and how to calculate geometry. Tomorrow we'll calculate geometry. I'll just give you a glimpse of what we are going to do tomorrow. Say for example, for settlement, I want to calculate the x coordinate of these points and the y coordinate of these points. All I will do, I will click here, right click, calculate geometry, and then the field which I want to calculate is x coordinate. I can even put my y coordinate again, and then the property, I can say point x coordinates, y, point y coordinates. The coordinate system, I'll leave it same as input, and then I'll say okay. And now it's calculating the geometry of those points. Um, I have to redo it. Right click, calculate geometry, coordinate system, map, current map. I have to select my coordinate system and then I'll click OK. I don't know why I keep getting error. Let's see. Right click, open attribute table. I'll click on this one, right click. I'll say calculate geometry. Y coordinates. Select X coordinates, point properties, X coordinates, point X, and then the coordinate system is same as input, and then the current map. And then I'll click OK. I don't know why I'm getting a negative here, but I should get positive anyway. Yeah. So, but guys, this is how you calculate x coordinate and y coordinate. This coordinate is not correct. I'll try to figure it out. Why? This is how you calculate. So each of these points now you have. If somebody asks you what's the coordinates for this, you are now able to give him or her the coordinates. And then tomorrow we'll see how to edit. We'll type in here name, number of population, and all of this. If I want to say I want to calculate the distance, the distances of all these lines, of all my lines, I want to calculate the distances. I'll right click on distance, calculate geometry, and then the distance kilometer property. I'll select line, and then the units I'm going to use length units is kilometers, and then the coordinate system is same as map, current map, and then I'll click OK. I now have my distances. Say for example, if I double click on this line, I know now this line is 10.2 kilometer. If I double click on this, I know this line is 25 kilometer. So we will be doing some of this tomorrow, guys. But thank you very much for joining today. And yeah, so basically the assignment is we should create table for dams. We have to open attribute and go and add and create table. We say area and name of the dam which you have created, and then the area, because we will calculate the area. We will see which of these dams cover the largest area. You understand? Same as this route. For example, this route. Let's say this route. Let's say these routes fall within Freetown, for example. And now let's say the Ministry of Infrastructure, they want to do tar roads. They want to do tar roads. They don't just go and do tar roads like that. They will have to see which of the roads. Let's say they have let's say they have funding for 8 kilometer road. They don't just go and start doing this 10 kilometer road or 25 kilometer road because they know, let's say this road is 25 kilometer, and then they come and start. Maybe they'll say, okay, well, you know what? If we have a road that is 8 kilometers, something like this, let's start with this. But you can only do that if you digitize, you have a survey of that road, and then be able to know, say, this is the particular road that we need to work with because this is the funding that we have. And you have other data engineering that you can do on this data now. For example, for the distance, we can now do statistics on this data. I can click statistics, and then you'll be able to see the mean, median, standard deviation, rules, null. These are all information that you can just give to people, and they'll be able to make decisions. So, guys, you are getting there small, small. But thank you very much for joining today, and I look forward to having you back tomorrow. And I have videos of all of this. I will make sure I make it available to you guys. Okay. All right. Yeah. Bye bye. Yeah.